Hi, good evening. I'm Mikey Campbell, and this is a video of my ePortfolio, or introduction to my ePortfolio rather. I am so honored to finally get to this point to be able to do this video and wrap things up in my graduate school experience at Texas A&M University College Station. I've been in the program for 2 years, and this will in December it will mark 2 years, and I have had the incredible honor and pleasure of meeting so many great professors and working with so many great students from around the world. Honestly, majority of them are from Texas, especially in the local College Station area. However, a lot are not. Many are not, and I've had the honor and privilege to meet and work with all of them. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet to wrap things up at Texas A&M University as a graduate student, pursuing a master's degree in educational and human resource development, because the learning for this particular topic and subject at Texas A&M is coming to an end. Although I will say, and I'll caveat and say, my learning experience in this topic or in general will continue. I will not ever end my learning, my education, and my development, personal and professional. Rest assured of that. I'm Mikey Campbell. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. Grew up in the streets of Chicago later, and moved to Las Vegas, Nevada to finish high school with my grandpapa. After finishing high school, I enlisted in the United States Air Force in 2010. Following that, I had the privilege and honor to serve in various locations throughout the world. I found myself in Ramstein, Germany. I found myself in the south and the east and the west of the United States, and I've had so much fun traveling and serving and wearing the uniform. I wouldn't have done it any other way, and I am so thankful for this program, because as a guy who is wearing the uniform, who wears the uniform, especially on active duty, I had a hard time finding a program that could be this special and be this compatible and be this convenient and respectful to my schedule. I'm so thankful to Texas A&M University, especially to Dr. Durrani, who I spoke to initially and told me I can do this, and this program is designed and made for people like me. And it just, after I heard that and spoke to the professors and the dean and the chair about it, especially Carrie Smith, Melissa Coleman, those two individuals as well, I would be remiss if I didn't add them to the list. They really helped solidify my decision to pursue an education, a higher education, a graduate degree at Texas A&M University. I will say College Station, not just Texas A&M University. Let's see, I'm an active duty Air Force officer, served since 2010. I have a dog named Caddy. He's a Pembroke Welsh Corgi, really the pride and joy of my life. I love spending time with him. I'm an avid golfer, or at least I like to consider myself as one, improving every day, and enjoy playing and loving the game each and every time I do play. I love sports, all things Texas A&M, as you know, and all things except for the Chicago White Sox in Chicago. That's pretty much about me. And now I'm going to take you through my ePortfolio. I will tell you that my ePortfolio will be up and running while I am completing this video. It pretty much a guide and a gauge so that I'm not speaking and pulling things from thin air. And it'll help me be organized in the process as well. First, I like to begin by stating that there are 10 tabs. Those tabs mean something and have content in each, and after clicking them, you'll find content in each and every one of them. The first tab is Home, second tab, About Me, After that, contact, coursework, shared journey, continue journey, program start, getting through, and lastly, conclusion. And in the home tab, you'll basically get an introduction of, you'll see my name, you'll see the program that I'm associated with rather, and a brief introduction statement letting you know that you have arrived and you are in a portfolio mainly for Michael Campbell. Moving on from that, you'll go to the About Me tab. And in the About Me tab, courtesy of my professor, Dr. Wang, who is amazing and has truly helped me and guided me through this, her feedback and advice to better my portfolio from the draft and it has been amazing. Excuse me. It has my resume. It has a resume. It has some nitty-gritty stuff in it. Basically, a snapshot of who I am as a person, as a man, as an officer, and leader in the Air Force. I tried my best to kind of cover all bases and include everything. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something, but please forgive me. If you really want to know something specific in my resume, I can email you, I can have a conversation with you and let you know the fine details of it. I am open to share at any time. Moving on from that, contact. You'll see, you'll have three boxes in this tab. You have a picture. If you're looking straight at the picture to the far right, I am the second guy from the right in the Texas A&M shirt next to another individual who is my mentor. His name is George Wilson, which I'll later explain who he is and how significant he is to me in my life. But I'm that guy, and then you have my bros, not just buddies, but bros in the picture. And you have my address. Okay, in addition to that tab, you come across the coursework tab. The coursework tab has the courses that I chose that were incredibly significant. And I will say this, that all the classes that I've taken, I've learned a tremendous amount of information, knowledge, and gained so much experience. However, these are the classes that I believe in my heart that have emphasized three particular components. The first component is the strategic, operational, and tactical, or tactical and operational components. As a leader in the Air Force, I try to think in that manner and in that style often when I make a decision, when I converse, when I handle and manage people, so on and so forth. How is this going to impact strategically? How is this going to impact operational? How is this going to impact tactically? And when I took these courses with incredible professors, Dr. Dooley, Dr. Michael Meyerling, Dr. Stevens, numerous other doctors, professors. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank, but they introduced the course to me to give me a really good understanding of each topic and how it can relate to life, my career, and the discussions I've had in these programs or in these courses with other students help me generate a good understanding, an idea of those components, the operational, tactical, and strategic level of learning. They, in my opinion, emphasized it more. So the first one is EHRD. It falls under the operational level of learning, and that is EHRD 612, training development in HRD. Pretty much they go into fine detail. It is what's now, what's present, and this introductory course highlighted the training and development component of HRD, while delivering the traditional components of training, assessment, design, delivery, implementation, and evaluation. This course also explores alternative training styles. The course is created to provide participants a working knowledge of the rudimentary skills and talents necessary to be successful trainers in a current organizational environment. However, the course is also designed for contributors to test the dominant assumptions under which trainers are asked to work. That's EHRD 612 training development in a nutshell. And I took this in my final semester at Texas A&M. Moving on, the second, in the operational level of learning, I chose 2 courses that really hit home, in my opinion, that fell under that component, operational level of learning. And the second one is EHRD 612 Career Development in HRD. This course has 2 goals. The first one was to design and provide participants with both theoretical and practical guide for their career development and career planning. In the process, several career development related activities and interventions for supporting students' career development were utilized. Second, it aimed to help us understand a variety of issues related to career development and allowed us to apply it to the real world. To achieve these goals, this course introduced the concept of career development, CD theories, career development interventions, the special issues in career development. And ultimately, and lastly, and finally, this course has helped me as a future career development practitioner understand several career development issues and incorporate the theories and models in the career developmental field. Moving on, the tactical level of learning, I chose 2 out of the all-encompassing list of courses that I've taken in this program that really hit home and fell in the tactical level of learning component that hit home hardest with me. Again, not saying any of those courses were irrelevant or anything like that or unimportant. These are the 2 that really hit home and under that tactical level. And again, I really focused on trying to get that strategic, that tactical, that operational level of learning so that it can carry on with me to my career, my professional, personal, management, life, dealing with people and leading them as well. The first course under tactical level of learning is EHRD 625, Organizational Development and Performance in HRD. This course introduced the major theories, concepts, skills, and techniques for the practice of organizational change and development in various organizational performance contexts and HRD settings. In addition to this, special emphasis was placed on the role of the HRD practitioner, happened to be me at the time since I'm a student, as a change agent, and the intervention used to lead and manage organizational change. The second tactical level of learning that I selected was EHRD 630 Adult Learning. I learned a lot about adults and how they think psychologically, mentally, physically, so on and so forth. This class really changed my way of thinking about how to lead adults. And I lead adults every day in my work, in my line of work, and this class truly helped me at a very tactical level of learning. EHRD 630 Adult Learning. This course investigated the psychological, physiological, and psychosocial changes of the adult lifespan and the implications these have for adult learning capabilities. The course is focused on the identification of principles and theories of adult learning, differences between adults and youths as learners, and a review of research on adult learning. It took a variety of technologies, resources, and teaching strategies. Professor Stevens taught this course. I'll never forget her. She had videos explaining each lesson, each module, each section of the class, and she really forced us to think outside the box, and I loved it. And she questioned our decisions. She questioned our reasoning, and so on and so forth. She made us critically, futuristically, and creatively think about how adults learn and why we thought of a certain way, so on and so forth. Also welcoming advice and suggestions from students. It was an incredible course taught by Professor Stevens, and I would take it again in a heartbeat. And I recommend it to this day to take it with her. I hope she stays around at Texas A&M. She's great. Finally, the one course doesn't come at no surprise to many that fell under strategic level of learning. Although a lot of the other courses in the program had a lot of strategic mentality or strategic learnings and lessons, but this one course taught by Professor Byerling was amazing. It really helped me investigate a company, an outside company, and how they were a high performance organization. And we had to investigate, and we had to analyze it from and why, how we felt that they were doing their strategic work, and they were doing well, and how they were being a high performance organization, and how they were doing things strategically, and how we could recommend tools, resources, whatever that is to them after our full investigation, analysis, and work for the organization. And I believe it was for Levi Strauss, the denim company. And one of my partners had a friend who happened to be a general manager in the Dallas, Texas metropolitan area, and she was phenomenal. And I see myself going over the time, 10 minutes, but there's so much I would like to cover and whatnot. So I'm going to try to go through quickly. So EHRD 614, Strategic Planning HRD. The goal of this course was to help develop a vision, framework, tools, skills, and confidence to lead the development of the systems that support the human side of the business or nonprofit enterprise for success today and tomorrow. Basically, we were challenged to think out about what business the enterprise is in, what business it should be in, and what strategic and operational changes are required to transform the enterprise in a high-performing organization. Throughout the course, we were constantly reminded of our organizational strategy and how we were adopting and executing the perspective of HR senior management and executives committed to working with the other top managers of the enterprise to execute a winning strategy. That's it for the coursework, the 5 courses under the operational, tactical, and strategic components that I chose during the program that really resonated so well with me. Moving on, shared journey. This is going to give you an idea. I will not read the entire thing. I'll let you read that for yourself. Whoever is watching the video and who's ever interested on sipping through and dissecting, or perhaps just interested in wanting to learn more about me and my journey. It gives you step by step. It gives you an idea about me and what it took from the beginning to end in applying to Texas A&M University. And you'll read that under the shared journey tab. Journey continues, and there's 3 thoughts in that tab: initial thoughts and ideas about master's degree from Texas A&M University. It gives a good understanding and a good detailed summary of why and how that came to be. The second one is updating, reviewing, and designing the resume to attract admissions committee, resulting in acceptance. I had a few people look over this because I wanted to be sure. I wanted to make sure that I was attractive and I would get accepted. And at the end I did, and I'm so thankful for that. So the work and the people and the little stress that came with it, well worth it. Statement of intent experience, drafting, editing, and reviewing process. You can read more about that. Far right at the very bottom. That was stressful. That was probably the most stressful element of the application process, because I had to get it right, and I made sure that they knew, the committee or Texas A&M University, the dean, whoever it was, knew where my heart was, why I wanted to attend, what I'm going to do with the education and the degree now, tomorrow, the future, in my career, my personal life, so on and so forth, and what got me there. So that was pretty stressful. I had about 3, 4, or 5 trusted people who I dearly loved look it over and gave me their true, honest feedback, and had many edits and revisions, and had a good time doing that. I learned a lot about myself. Thankful for that opportunity. And Program Start. Program Start gives you an introduction and background of me and the program. Also will give you a good, quick explanation and some information about my inspiration and life motivators. My grandpapa was one of them, truly. and George Wilson was another. But my grandpapa, real quick, he was a huge UT fan, University of Texas fan. And as a guy, as a boy, what else do you do when people you love tell you about certain things and whatnot? You go against the grain and do the completely opposite thing. Well, I found out that Texas A&M University is their rival, and I said I need to learn more about it. And in high school, I put that on hold for a few years, and then when I was ready to go back to school, I said let me see. I couldn't get in for undergrad, so I went to California for undergrad, and then I said, okay, I'll show you. I'll try again. I'm not quitting on Texas A&M University, so I'm going to apply for graduate school. And sure enough, I got accepted after completing my undergrad, and I'm so thankful for that. And my grandpapa, he has passed away in 2016. I miss him dearly each and every day. One of the best people ever, one of the best men that I have ever met, and also lived with and been mentored by, and whatnot in my entire life. And I really attribute my success and this program and this journey, a lot of this journey to him. The other individual is George Wilson. He is a colonel in the United States Air Force, air battle manager, and he and I were stationed in Ramstein, Germany together. I coached his son, and after that, I found out he was in the Air Force. I just knew I just really enjoyed and enjoyed talking to him, and then I really took notice of his leadership, and I wanted to know more and how he got and developed into the man he became. And he said Texas A&M University was part of the fighting class of 1992. He was a part of the Corps Cadets, and man, I was like, this is something I need to know more about. And next thing you know, I found myself applying and whatnot. So it was going against my grandpapa, and then meeting George Wilson in Ramstein, Germany, who inspired me to be a Texas A&M Aggie. And I have no regrets whatsoever. You'll read more about that in detail. In addition to that, telling my story and how I arrived at this point, a description of who I was at the beginning of the program. It gives you that idea and give you that information as well. Getting through that getting through tab, that's in the more tab. So you hover over more tab, and then it will populate 3 additional tabs underneath that, and then you'll get getting through, which is second to last. And pretty much it gives you an idea of just as me going through the program, what I did and how I thought, so on and so forth. And finally, the conclusion. The conclusion wraps everything up. Says and I'll, instead of reading it line by line, I'll wrap things up with you here. Thank you for the opportunity to my professors, my students, the committee, the dean, the chair, my college, and Texas A&M University, College Station in particular. Thank you for the great honor. Thank you for the privilege to be a student, a graduate student with this degree. I will make sure that I continue to carry the Aggie spirit with me wherever I go. Whatever I do, wherever I'm stationed, I am so fortunate and thankful. And I appreciate the challenges, the lessons learned, and the experience. I will never forget. I will never forget as long as I live, and I will continue to work hard and make sure that I pay it forward by teaching and helping individuals, whoever I meet, whenever I meet them in this world. And I pass on the education that I learned at Texas A&M. I am thankful to Texas A&M for the opportunity, and I await to hear the results after submitting my final ePortfolio, my video, to my professor and the committee or whoever reviews it. Thank you again. I'm Mikey Campbell, and it's been an honor and a pleasure. I thank you so much. Good night.